Okay, so once you've logged in, you'll be greeted with a page that looks like this. So up here you'll notice there's bulk functions. You can import, you can export documents in bulk, and you can export documents in PDF. So let's start by clicking on import. Let's grab all of these documents and upload them. It will create all of the documents here automatically. And now you'll notice you've got a bulk select where you can select and run other functions. I'll come back to that a little bit later. For now, we're going to click into one of the documents, and up here you'll notice you've got the typical formatting functions. Over here you've got, for any editor, you've got comment on document if you'd like to comment. You've got track changes, search document, and everything else that you'd normally have. You can also import other documents here if you'd like, and insert I will come back to a little bit later. So what we're going to do now is we're going to review a document. You'll notice you've got review, you've got actions, and you've got tasks. And by the way, you've got human support down here on this little blue bubble if any time you get stuck. So we click on review, and then you've got a number of different options here that you choose from. So let's look at missing clauses. So you'll notice here that I've run missing clauses on a document before. I'm just going to clear that and then hit go. So what that's going to do now, it's going to read through the whole document and find any clauses in the document which it thinks should be in the document which it hasn't found within that document. So it knows what a transitional service agreement would typically have in it, and it's going to give suggestions as to what is in there. So let's look here. Process terms for adding additional services. Okay, so let's go. If you see here, we've got 3.5. It's suggested that we do a 3.6. We can then go write it, and the AI will write the clause into the document for us based on what it's suggesting. Typically will take somewhere between 15 seconds to a minute, depending on how long the clause is. And there you go. You can see that we've got our clause here. Let's just format it to be the same size. So we just go up here. You can play around with the formatting. I'm not going to worry about formatting too much here, as we've got so much to get through, but it's like any other document formatting. If you don't want the AI to write your clauses for you, that's totally fine. If you've got some that you already know of, then you can simply either click the insert text here, or you can right click here and go insert save text. Here you can save your categories of clauses or definitions or anything else that you wanted to save, and then click insert, and you can see that it's inserted in there, all with the perfect formatting so that it matches your document. You can build out your library very quickly. So if you've got documents already to go, you could simply go, let's just highlight this here, right click, save template, let's call this, and then we save it to clauses, for example, hit save, and it's there. Next time we want to use it, we simply go insert provisional services, done. So you can quickly build out your library of templated clauses, definitions, or any other text that you would like. You can also copy it to a clipboard. So you can copy that to a clipboard if you wanted to send it to someone, put it in an email, if you've got a working document on the side, whatever you would like. You've also got make a task. So if I click that, you'll notice task is created. Now I go here, and there's a missing clauses task that's added in here. You'll be able to assign it to other team members to do. So depending on how you work as a team, you can do that, you can delete it, you can tick it off. And you've got filters here to see the different tasks you've got. The other thing that's important to note is this little star here. So the star will allow you to rate the response and give your comment to why this is accurate, but XYZ. If you submit that, that will help us to improve the system. The AI is not being trained on your documents, but what that will do is, for human review, we can look at things that are not giving back the best outcome for you. So the more that you do this, the faster we'll be able to improve the system, which means you'll get a better outcome and it'll be a much faster, more accurate model for you to use. We'll also be implementing a rebate system soon where every piece of feedback that you give will give your account more credit, which means that you can use the software more without paying for it. The stars are on pretty much every function that we have. Let's do another review. This time let's review for points to negotiate. Let's say, for example, that I'm representing this one here. We just go, I'm representing this one. They're based in Australia. And then we click Analyze. What it's going to do, it's going to walk through with the view of this particular entity and see what we should negotiate on their behalf. Notice that you can cancel any function at any time if it's running too long, or if you changed your mind, you thought, oh, actually, hang on, there's more information I need to give it, or I decided I want to do something else, you can cancel it pretty much for any function that you'll see. Up here, you've got search documents. So I can search any of my other documents. I can click a tab and instantly I've got my other document. So if you work on multiple documents at the same time, it's very easy to find your other documents. Okay, so you can see that it's come back here. Buyer must pay each tax invoice issued. Okay. So you can see these here. I won't spend too much time reading through them all, but what I will say is that down the bottom here, it will also draft an email for you, which you can copy by clicking the copy and paste it in an email. It's gone through and it's come up with all the suggestions that we should negotiate on the client's behalf. Up here, notice you've got a bulk close, if we want to close all tiles, and a bulk copy, where you can copy all the tiles if you wanted to copy them to a notepad. Up here, you've got actions. So actions is really good for, I'm just going to create a new document. Actions is really good for working with audio that you may have. Okay, so you go insert, upload audio. We can upload that. And we get back our transcript straight away. So what we can now do is go to actions, and to create board meeting minutes from it, it will summarize it, create all the bullet points and everything that you typically have in board meeting minutes, or any meeting minutes. We call it board meeting minutes, but it's really any meeting minutes. Create tasks, email to client, paralegal, summarize it, and of course you can do the copy and paste by clicking one button, and it will give you the information to be able to send emails or put it into a document if you're preparing meeting minutes. And there'll be more actions coming soon. By the way, you can share your document and collaborate with other people by going up here and adding the username or email. Down the bottom here, you'll notice that we have 3 chats. This one here is for live human support. This one here is research, and this one is discuss. So let's look at the research first. What we can do here is research externally on the web or with our own proprietary database. We have full visibility of Australian whole legal landscape. Any publicly available information, we have ingested that into our AI, and it can bring back responses much quicker than you can ever going to search on other websites or searching on Google. You've also got voice to text here, and it can speak to you as well if you'd like. Over here you've got chat requests, which I'll show you in a moment, but let's just ask for, please tell me some cases that involve property fraud from 2023. I probably could have been more specific. I could have asked for a specific state. If I look here for chat requests, so what you can do is you can add custom requests that you might do on a regular basis and save them here. So let's do property listing, I don't know, whatever it might be, right? And we can put in our request there. So we've got those. There's a couple of them that we put as examples. You can either delete them or edit them at any time. So let's just see here what it's come back with. 44-year-old Australian man, right? We've got the link there directly to the article. Click on here. Let's have a look. We can easily find information from any time, period, location. You can select if you'd like to include the document context within your query. So for example, if you're looking up something to do with the transitional service agreement, you might want to include the context of that. You can easily do so by turning that on and off. You can also expand this, depends how you would like to work with that. If it doesn't have the exact answer for you, it will just tell you that it doesn't have the answer, and it will give you references to other places where you can find out more information. Can you please tell me some cases from 2023 that involve the sale of a business? Obviously very broad, generic examples that I'm giving here. Okay, so we've got some information back here. You can see here this links directly to the Federal Court of Australia, and we've got information here relating to a specific case. We can expand on this. We could ask it to write a detailed report. We could ask it to find more cases that are similar. Really, it's up to how you would like to use it and your specific use cases for doing research. Okay, so you can see that it's giving me some more. Okay.
Yes, there are additional cases listed in the documents provided. Here are a few examples. 1. Australian Securities and Investments Commission v.
Okay, I can turn that off. I can ask it more specific information if I'd like. Even if you spell it wrong, it will still pick up what you're trying to say. Again, you can copy it, you can rate the response. Now, let's move on to the discuss. So discuss is different than research. By the way, you can expand these depending on how you want to work. So, for example, I could ask it, please read through the document, assess all the risks, and then bullet point all of the risks and write an email to my assistant to have them look into it. So here we go. You can simply copy that and paste it into an email and send it. Okay, let's say we're representing the seller. I could simply go, I am representing the seller. Please give me a list of all of their obligations under the warranties and draft an email to my client letting them know that these are their obligations. Okay. So it's taken all necessary action to authorize execution, delivery, performance. So it's taken the facts straight out of here. Right, drafted the email. So it's given us all the facts, then it's drafted the email to the client. And again, we can simply just copy that and paste it into an email and send it. Okay, let's look at this here with the drafting functionality. So if I right click, you'll notice I've got AI features, I've got insert or save template, and other basic things that you find in an editor. So if I want to talk to the AI again, I can. I'm not a tax expert. Can you please tell me more about this? And so here it gives me my summary, right? I can either replace the section. Obviously I wouldn't replace it because I just asked it for information. I could insert it below. I can continue writing. I can copy, or I can try it again if I didn't like the response. So let's give you another example of this. So we could make this shorter. We could make it longer. We could simplify the language on it. We could make the language more complex. Let's just do that for fun. And a whole range of other things. With a simple one click, you can expand on that. You can draft definitions from a single word. So if you read that, you probably agree that it's a lot more complicated than it was before. Again, I can just copy that to my notepad if I'd like. You can leave a review here. Let it know if it's doing a good job or not. We'll review that and we'll improve the model. So you've got all your preset buttons here, and you can ask it to do anything by either typing here or clicking talk to text. Again, if you wanted to build up your library with good clauses, you could come down here, go save template. What was this? Tax indemnity. Make it tax indemnity. We can create a category. For example, let's create a category and call this, I don't know, let's just call it tax, right? Things that are related to tax, and we can select it, save it in that category. So now you have the ability to highlight anything, or even just right click here, insert save text, find your indemnity one, and boom, we've inserted it there. Okay, so we're back on the home page, and this is where we get into the exciting stuff, the multi-doc. What you can do here is analyze multiple documents at once, comparing them to each other to make sure there's no conflicts or anything else. So we've got conflicts, inconsistencies, inconsistent definitions, mismatching details, and more things coming soon. So you'll see once you run this that it will give you back a number of different items. Again, the typical functionality, you can copy, you can rate a response, and there'll be other things coming soon like adding your tasks. You can also discuss multiple documents as well. So now Any document that's selected, Amelia is able to discuss those with you. So anything that you want to know between them, she'll come back with an answer for you. Again, you can do voice to text, text to voice. Okay, so she come back here saying Edgemaster Trading share purchase agreement. Let's just switch to list view instead of grid view. So you can see there's a share purchase agreement. Yes. Unit holders deed. Yes, correctly identified that. Transitional services agreement. Yes. And the unit trust deed, also given a summary. So you can ask anything of all of the documents in combination, which is hugely powerful over just a single document review and single document chat.